everyone. Today I wanted to do a quick video for you guys. I know I haven't been doing a lot of videos here lately. I kind of also want to quickly explain why. I know I don't really have to because, my life is my personal life. And if I don't want to share it, I don't really have to. But I just want you guys to know that I will tell you pretty much almost anything. That if you want to know something, please let me know. Just ask me if you want to know something. But I also kind of want to explain why I haven't really been doing videos. Like 3 weeks ago, my brother actually had a bad accident and he got burnt pretty bad on his whole left side. So I think it was like three makeup Mondays ago, I think. That's the reason why I haven't been posting videos, because we were dealing with that. But he is okay. He's actually doing a lot better. He's fine. If you want to know more about it, then I'll put that in like a total another video. But anyways, and then plus with Easter being I think last weekend, and then my daughter's birthday party was this weekend, so it's just been kind of crazy. But anyways, this video that I want to do today is my like eyebrow routine. I don't know what it is, but I have really been loving my brows here lately. I have been waxing them myself and plucking them and all of that. And this is kind of what they look like right now after I, filled them in and done all my stuff that I normally do to them to get them to look, really nice. So today what I'm actually going to be using is my Urban Decay Naked Basics 2 palette. I really do love this palette for filling in my brows. I think it is very awesome. If you just want to get this palette just for your brows, you can. Like, I think it's totally worth it. And it's a lot cheaper than like the Anastasia brow powder, and you get so much more in it. I used these two colors right here today for my brows, and if you have like maybe a little bit lighter brows, then you could probably use these two or these two if you're blonde. So, I mean, you can kind of use this for pretty much any brow color. And then you can use these two as like highlights. If you don't want shimmer, then you can use this one. But if you want a little bit of like luminous to your brow bone, then you can use this one. And then you can still use it for your eyeshadows or what have you. So I'm going to be using this today, and then a couple other products. So if you want to see how I do my brows, then please keep watching. Okay, so first I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Basics 2 palette. I really like this palette for doing my brows, just because it has, all your, darker tone colors, your medium and light and whatever. And then these two you can use as highlight. And then you can also still use this palette as, your eyeshadow look. So you can have kind of like your eyes and brows in one type of palette. I did at first was using the Urban Decay or the Naked Basics, the first palette, and then I did get a knockoff of that from like TKB or not T-Mart or something like that, and I did a video on that explaining it. I was using that, but when they came out with this and I seen this color, it was more of a darker, deep color brown. So I started using this. And yes, this is the real Urban Decay palette, if you guys were wondering. So hopefully T-Mart will actually come out with like a knockoff, whatever you want to call it, a dupe, knockoff, whatever, of this palette, so I can start ordering this palette from them, just because it is cheaper. And I did do I think I did a review. I'm not sure if I put it up or not, but I did do a review comparing the real one to the fake one, and they looked very similar to me. Same pigmentation, same color, everything. It's just, I don't know why it's a knockoff or whatever, but whatever, it works. So anyways, back to this. So I'm going to use this color right here for the outer part of my brow, and I'm just taking a Coastal Scents angled brush to apply that with. But first I'm taking the Wet n Wild Color Icon, what is this, like the eyebrow liner pencil and taupe, and it's 648, and it just looks like this. And I'm just going to do outline the lower part of my brow with this. And sorry if the color keeps changing. I do have my window open, so the color may change a little bit. And also sorry if you hear some puppies fighting. My 2 puppies are seriously fighting on the floor right now. So once I get that done like that, I'm just going to take a spoolie and just kind of blend it out so it's not so harsh. And I just do that to kind of really make my brow lines really stand out. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, if you don't want like a really bold type brow. I already did this one, so this is kind of what it will look like after. And I do wax my own brows, so if you see like a little bit of peeling right here, it is because my skin is sensitive and it does peel every time I do my brows. I don't know why. So if you do your own brows, then just kind of exfoliate very good, especially right after you do it. That will also help kind of like getting pimples, because a lot of people get like pimples up here, but just exfoliate when you do that. But anyways, back to my brows. So I'm going to take this color right here for the outer part. And I just lightly dab my brush into it and dab some off on the back of my hand. So it's not so much, but you get the idea. And I'm just going to lightly fill it in. And if you don't really know how far your brows are supposed to go out, you take a brush, put it to the side of your nose right here, to the corner of your eye, and roll it out. And that's actually how far your brow is supposed to go. So I have to add a little bit to mine just because mine doesn't really go that far. So I'm just going to add it about there. It doesn't really have to go quite that far if you don't like that long. I don't know how to explain it. If you don't like that look, you could have left it to where I did have it like an inch maybe off, or half an inch, whatever. So yeah, I'm just taking a little bit more of that color to fill in my arch part of my brow, just because you do want this to kind of fade. You want your outer part of your brow to be darker, and then the inner part of your brow to be the lightest. You want it to be kind of like a gradient effect, if that sounds right, whatever. So I'm just filling in my little arch point, and I do wax my brows just my natural brow shape. This is my natural brow shape, but I just kind of make it look better. Yeah. So like that. And then what I'm going to do is take that same color but mix it a little bit with this lighter brown, and just lightly tap like back and forth into each color like that, and then dab off like the extra. And then I'm going to fill in this part right here with that color. And some of my brows, I don't know if you can see, but some of them kind of stick out, kind of is like kind of wonky. So just like, please excuse that. And then like right here, I don't know what it is, but it looks like it's like up higher than this one. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. That's just kind of how my brow is. So I'm going to try to fix that. That looks a little bit better, but anyway, so now what I'm going to do is just kind of use the back of my hand to wipe off the brush, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit of this, the next darkest shade, and just lightly tap it in there and then dab off the extra. And then I'm going to use this for the inner part of my brow. And I'm just doing like light, like feathery strokes, and going with like how my natural hair is actually growing. So that's all I'm really doing. Like that. And if you mess up a little bit, it's okay. We can fix that with concealer. So now what I'm going to do is just take my spoolie again and blend it all together and kind of blend out any harsh type look or lines or whatever. Like that. And then the next thing that I'm going to take is just some of this MAC Studio concealer in the little pot form, and this is NW15. What you want to do if you want to make your brows look like they're like freshly waxed or whatever, or just nice and neater and cleaner, then you can take some concealer, and this is like one shade lighter than my skin tone. And I'm just going to take this Emily makeup brush. You can get these like on eBay. They're like the I guess knockoff of all these like Sigma type brushes and stuff. So this is the 212 by Emily makeup brush. So it's just like a flat liner type brush, and I'm just going to dip it in my concealer, lightly dip it. You don't have to have a whole bunch. And then I'm going to blend some of it on the back of my hand, just so I know that my brush is loaded with concealer. And then I'm just going to kind of like outline my brow with this. And then what I'm going to do is kind of blend the concealer down a little bit, just so it's not so harsh right there. And then also this will work as kind of like your highlighting thing. And then you can take this little, if you have this, you don't have to get it for this, but I really like using the Micro Mini Beauty Blender for this, for blending out my concealer above my brow. Or you can just take your ring finger or whatever and just kind of lightly pat it out. Or if you have the bigger beauty blender, then you can use that if you want to. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you get it blended out. But I actually really do like using this for blending out my concealer. I don't know, it just makes it look airbrushed and flawless, and like that. And also, like I said, if you did make some little mini mistakes, then that will also help cover it up and conceal it and all of that. So like that. And then you can take the same color concealer that you have or whatever. This one is just NW20. I have NW15 and NW20. And then you can take the same brush, which I normally do, just load it up and then kind of mix it on the back of your hand, and then do the top part of your brow. And if you get some of this concealer onto your brow, all you have to do is just take your brush that you have your powder on and just kind of lightly go over it, and that will fix the problem for that. Like that. And then just blend it out. And if your product isn't really blending out, you can, like I said, just use your ring finger or whatever to lightly tap on it, and that warms up the concealer, so it's easier to like spread out and stuff. So like that. And if you think you need to brush them again, you can just brush them back in this direction of your hair growth or whatever. And then the next thing that I'm going to take is my NYX Control Freak brow gel. And if you do not have this, you can use the e.l.f. clear mascara, which I really do love this. I think once this runs out, I'm just going to switch back to this because it is a lot cheaper. Normally you can get this for, I think, like $2, maybe $1. I don't quite know the range of their essentials line now. but you can also get this on sale. Normally you can get it for like 50 cents or whatever. So I'm just going to take my NYX one and get off all the extra goofiness that you don't want, and then just lightly brush it through your brows. And this will also help the powder to stay on longer and last all day, and it will also keep your brows in place and keep them from going all craziness all over. So like that, and that is pretty much how I do my brows every day. Well, for here lately anyways, this is how I've been doing my brows. Also, if you want to highlight under your brow bone or your brow bone, whatever, you can use the Benefit High Beam if you want. I'm sure e.l.f. has a couple highlighters that you can use, or you can also use this What's Up highlighter. I normally get these like as free gifts or as my birthday gift, or you know, in those like the travel section that they normally have at like Sephora. You can get them from there, like as like duos or whatever. So that's how I normally get mine for my brows. And I think that's it. I don't think there's really anything else to say, so I hope you guys like this video, and if you try it out, then please let me know. And also, I forgot to mention that you can use your powder in your Naked palette, your two highlights, as your highlighter if you wanted powder instead of cream or whatever. So yeah, I hope you guys like this brow look, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!